Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to ask what's the most effective Hall of Fame badge category in NBA 2K21. So for instance, having Hall of Fame finishing badges, is it more important than having Hall of Fame shooting, playmaking, or defense? We're here to decipher that today, so I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this 1 to 1K likes in the first 24 hours. So to start us off with number 4 on the list, in the least important Hall of Fame badge category in 2K21, we got the finishing. So I have highlighted right here the 4 really important badges in my opinion. We got Slithery Finisher and Contact, by far the 2 most important. Then you got Fancy Footwork and Showtime, and then on top of that, obviously badges like Consistent Finisher, Acrobat, Giant Slayer, Relentless Finisher. But these I really do not feel like you need on Hall of Fame in the first place. The only 2 badges that I have on gold right here with the Contact and the Slithery are really the only ones that I feel like you do need on Hall of Fame, and even at that, it's just for the pure slashers out there or any build like that. Even when it comes to just not even having any finishing badges in general, you got PlaySharps out here with literally 65 driving dunk that are just gamming everything with literally 1 finishing badge. So honestly, like I said, I feel like this doesn't need too much discussion, but I feel like Hall of Fame finishing is the least impactful category of all the Hall of Fame badges. Now, one thing I do want to get out the way is this is all going to be relative to whatever your build is. I'm just talking about the effectiveness of the Hall of Fame badge category. So for instance, if you're a pure slasher or a pure post scorer or something like that with a pure blue pie chart, obviously things like having Hall of Fame Pro Touch, Consistent Finisher, Deep Hooks, Contact Finisher, Slithery for the slashers out there. Obviously this stuff is extremely important for you, but I'm just talking about the effectiveness of it and the fact that you could run those on gold and likely still be extremely effective with them, and how it really doesn't have too much dominance in the terms of the game. So next up, coming in at 3, we have the playmaking badges. Honestly, I was even debating putting this at number 4 because really the speed boost glitch, I've learned you don't even need Hall of Fame quick first step to be moving fast with it, and really that's the only thing that we really use in dribble moves in 2K21, to be completely honest with you. And then even on top of that, handles for days is the only thing that you're going to need when it comes to the curry slide and stuff like that. You don't need any Hall of Fame playmaking badges to be doing the curry slide or the behind the back, anything like that. But obviously, like I said, handles for days is going to be very important in that aspect. But you can see I have highlighted again just by the importance of the badges. I feel like Dimer and Quick First Step are very important Hall of Fame badges to be had. Handles for days and Unpluckable, next tier, and then we have things like Floor General, Bailout, obviously, you know, things like Needle Threader. Some people feel like Stop and Go is necessary. I do not think that's needed at all. After that, I really don't feel like there's a lot of necessary Hall of Fame badges. Obviously, the perk of having Hall of Fame Floor General is going to be the fact that you can see your teammates' percentages and stuff like that on the court, and doing anything otherwise is not going to allow you to do so. But either way, you don't really need to see your teammates' percentages too badly when it comes to the Floor General, as opposed to the defensive leader's importance. But again, you do have badges like Flashy Passer. I should mention this. Hall of Fame on this is pretty nasty, but at the same time, even gold is. So again, this is talking about the importance of the Hall of Fame badges in each category and which ones are most needed. We have the playmaking badges coming in at number 3. So coming to number 2 on our list of the most important Hall of Fame badge category, we got the defensive badges. So you can see I got 11 different badges lit up right here, again sorted in terms of the most important one. I feel like Clamps is the most important Hall of Fame badge you can run, and then for the bigs out there, Rim Protector and Brick Wall, obviously super important. But then for anybody else, I mean, badges like Heart Crusher, Chase Down Artist, Pickpocket, Pick Dodger, Rebound Chaser, and like I said, Defensive Leader, for the fact that you can see the opponent's percentages pop up by having this badge lit up on Hall of Fame. Super important, but again, we have this above the playmaking for a reason, but then below the shooting for a reason as well, and we'll get to that in just a second. But either way, again, very useful Hall of Fame badges. This is a very close second, in my opinion, to the shooting. But again, to stress some of these badges, you got Heart Crusher, super important. Pick Dodger and Pickpocket, I feel like are mad underrated in the community. A lot of people talk about the non-importance and the non-factor aspect when it comes to Pick Dodger. But in my opinion, man, I've used this badge on Hall of Fame when I ran like as the 1 on 2v2, and same with Pickpocket. These have such a huge increase from like something like running on bronze to Hall of Fame. So I just feel like some people be sleeping on the Hall of Fame badges when it comes to defense, but at the same time, some people might even feel like I'm doing this category wrong by not having it number 1. But let's talk about the shooting. So to make things extremely obvious as to why I have this as the number 1 most important Hall of Fame badge category in 2K21, give me Range Extender and Hot Zone Hunter. To have these things on Hall of Fame is mad important. And then if you're talking in the situation of a corner spot up or a two-way sharp, anything like that that has the Hall of Fame badges, and you're spotting up in the corner like I was saying, Catch and Shoot, Corner Specialist, Green Machine, and even for the point guards out there, Volume Shooter, Hot Start, Clutch Shooter, all super important badges. You can even make a case for Difficult Shots, Deadeye, as super important badges to be running on Hall of Fame. Now, the problem with this is obviously the allowance of actually having all these badges on Hall of Fame. These are all super important. I feel like it all depends on your role. Like I was saying, if you're a spot up shooter, catch and shoot, corner specialist, hot zone hunter, range extender. Simple as that, and then go ahead and rock out with some Green Machine or Hot Start, whichever you want to do with that. And to come back to the range extender and hot zone hunter, again, I want to stress this so much. This may just be the nature of the shooting builds being so much more overpowered when it comes to the shooting aspect, because flat out, if you have a build that only has gold shooting badges, you struggle to shoot. It's as simple as that. So let's make the example when it comes to the rating versus badge aspect. If you're a PlaySharp out here that can run Hall of Fame badges, but instead you decided to run hot zone hunter and range extender on gold, you're gonna suffer. It's not gonna be anywhere near as good. These are just badges that unlock so much more potential. Maybe not so much the hot zone hunter, but definitely the range extender. This one just unlocks more range, simple as that. Hot zone hunter is maybe a little bit more relative to where if you have a higher 3-point rating, you won't deal with the struggles too much. But again, same thing goes with especially range extender. Now, let's talk about in the terms of a slasher, for instance. You could have 99 driving dunk and you could run gold contact finisher. I really don't think you're going to see too much of a difference personally, and then same thing goes with the slithery finisher. And even if you do feel like these are two extremely valuable Hall of Fame badges to be had when it comes to the finishing, anything past that, in my opinion, does not need to be anywhere near Hall of Fame. So again, just to recap, we had number 4 for the finishing, number 3 for the playmaking, number 2 for the defense, and number 1 being shooting. Now this is entirely different than what I had last year. Last year, it was still finishing number 4, but I had shooting and playmaking tied as the 2 and 3, as in you could kind of go either way with it. And then defense, in my opinion, was by far the most important thing to have last year. Like if we're talking last year when it comes to 2K20 for the badge importance in which category, the defense was tremendously through the roof. Like pogo stick, super important to have on Hall of Fame. Intimidator, clamps, chase down artist, brick wall if you're obviously a screen setting big man, rim protector. All of these badges were super important to run on Hall of Fame, and anything less than that was doing a disservice to what just you would do with the build. For instance, again, Intimidator was super important. This year, I could care less. I mean, I could really just run this on bronze anyway. Same goes with things like Box and Rebound Chaser. I run these on bronze. You could really get away with having Bronze Chase Down Artist or something like that as well. But the importance of the Hall of Fame badges definitely do stand out when it comes to things like Heart Crusher, Rim Protector, clamps, brick wall, obviously like I said with the defensive leader, at the fact that the percentages pop up for your opponents. I do feel like defense is pretty solidified when it comes to the number 2 spot, and again, I do feel like shooting is by far the most dominant thing in the game, but I do want to reiterate one last time, it may just be because of how dependent this game is on having 85 3-pointer, and generally the shooting builds are the one that's going to get that 85 3-pointer. So maybe I'm just talking about Hall of Fame shooting being more important to have in reflection of your ratings, essentially, if you guys get what I'm saying. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all the good stuff. Like I said in the intro, let's try this 1 to 1K likes in the first 24 hours. And leave your feedback as well. Let me know if you disagree, agree on anything. Let me know what your number 1 badge category is going to be as far as the importance of the Hall of Fame badges. And again, you can feel free to give me your whole list. Give me the number 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty simple. I feel like this is a pretty solid, easy video topic as well for people to understand. And again, if you want to give your own feedback and your own ideas on what you believe, feel free to drop your comments as well. Anyway, that's all for the video. If you made it to the very end of this one, put badge in the comments to show support you made all the way through. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.